Hello and welcome back with another video of Formula 1 Challenge 1995. Today we are back with Race 11, an iconic track of the Formula 1 calendar, the Belgian Grand Prix of Spa-Francorchamps. Well, not much to say about it. I like this track a lot because it's fast and technical at the same time. So it's gonna be a great challenge. If you haven't seen the previous video, go and check it out. It was our home race in Hungary. We finished on P10 after a massive struggle with a tire wear. There's been a couple of good fights here and there throughout the race, and I would say that the result is not too bad. So without further ado, let's just jump over to the track, start the qualifying session and see where we end up on the grid. Let's go. So here we are starting the hot lap of the qualifying session. Hopefully we can get a good starting position and use this first corner to our advantage to get a couple of positions. And I also hope to avoid any sort of carnage that might start with the race, as the starting grid is really tight. So we're gonna be pretty close to each other, so it's gonna be difficult to avoid anyone who might get stuck on the grid. We just went through to the next corner and still on the track. Thankfully this track hasn't changed much since the last time I played it, so it's pretty much the same as it was in the 80s season, so not much to get used to. So this time finally I had a fair knowledge of the track, know what is where, had a better idea about the braking distance and everything, so I was hoping to be able to get a good starting position. I think there is one of the McLarens behind us. Let's see if I can get a better position than he does. And here's the tricky bit of the track. You need to be really careful here, especially with the curves. As you can see, they can drop the car quite heavily. And what's it gonna be? 158. So let's see where that takes us on the grid. That's gonna be well, we're still nowhere. Ah, there it is, P15. Ooh, that's not the qualifying I was expecting, but it's alright. Let's head over to the grid and see the starting lineup. Schumacher in P1, followed by his rival Damon Hill, who is followed by his teammate Coulthard on P3, Alesi with the Ferrari on P4, Häkkinen on P5, very good qualifying from him, Berger in the other Ferrari on P6, Panis on P7, another great result from the Ligier. Herbert on P8, leaving his usual 5th position, Frentzen P9, Menzel P10, probably his best qualifying so far, Barrichello on P11, Brundle on P12, out-qualified by his teammate again, Morbidelli P13, Salo on P14, and here we are on P15. So we'll have quite a lot of work to do if we want to get anywhere on this race. Bouillon P16, Lamy P17, Irvine P18, also quite heavily out-qualified by his teammate. Diniz P19, probably 40's best qualifying result. Moreno, again, not the last, on P20. Inoue on P21. Montermini on P22. And here's our teammate Verstappen in P23. Not the best result for him either. Badware in P24. Katayama P25 and Gasho close the grid. And the lights are out, the race is on, and someone already got stuck. And we avoided any kind of carnage. Get a great start towards the hairpin. Going wide, make a bit of contact with Alesi who hits the wall. So this should make us an easy overtake, exactly. And now we're right after Häkkinen, who pulled away a little, but it seems like we're faster than him at this part of the track. And he's already has someone in front of him, I think that's Panis, and he's already looking on his inside. Maybe he's going to go for the move in the corner. Yes, he does, they go side by side. And on the other corner, Panis had the better line. Häkkinen does a bit of WRC, rally type of driving, as he goes out of the track a little. And he goes for the move in the next corner. We are very close as well, and we just try to follow him through on the inside. And push Panis out of the track a little. So we're up to P5 and we're right behind Häkkinen. And here we just make an easy overtake, as he doesn't really try to fight back. We get the better exit, we're faster than him. So now we're up to P4, right behind Coulthard, who already started to pull away. He already has more than a 2 seconds lead, sorry. So it's gonna be a bit more difficult to catch him than it was with Häkkinen and Panis. And yeah, as you can see, it doesn't really change, it's already more than 3 seconds. So the Williams is definitely really fast. So we don't really have much of a chance to overtake them. Häkkinen is looking already, but doesn't go for any risky moves on this chicane. Would be very, very dangerous for both of us actually. And here we are at the end of the first lap. And we're still on P4. Even at the... Well, it's about halfway through lap 7, so we're still on P4, make a big mistake, go wide of the track, and we're still having Häkkinen behind us. By this time the tires are gone, so all we could do is to try and hold him up until we go out for the pit stop and just try not to make any mistakes. But here he tries the move and then backs off. And we open up a nearly half a second gap to him. Coulthard at this point is half a century ahead. Way above 20 seconds, and we go out to the pits to get a fresh set of tires, and then we'll see where we can come back to. Slightly less awkward pit stop than it's usual, one of the few. So let's see where we can come back to. So currently we're P15, 17. So it's gonna be P17. Yep, that's very poor. So I was hoping that the cars split up a little, so we can get a better position when we rejoin the race. This is not the case, so we just have to work with what we have. P14, and we're just about to get closer to Irvine, who's in front of us, and behind us Morbidelli in the footwork, also pretty close, so it might be some interesting fighting over this. 1, 2, 3, 5 cars who, as you can see, were just forming a train. And we're all pretty close to each other. So right now there's no chance or a possibility to overtake Irvine there. So we just try to close the gap, follow him through the corners until we find an opening that we can use. We're already looking on the inside, but there's still no space, and here he got the better exit so he can pull away a bit. We also opened the more than 1 second gap to Morbidelli. Into the chicane. We don't try anything here that could be dangerous. So we just decide to go for the overtake here in the first hairpin. We outbrake Irvine and get the job done. We're up to P13 and it's Bouillon in front of us. And next time we're gonna try in the next corner at least get close, if not go for the overtake. Yeah, we're still too far ahead, too deep, no chance to make any moves on him. So we're just trying to do the same as we did with Tanis when we were following Häkkinen through in this corner. And we only left a bit of space in the inside, then instantly closed the door when we got close enough. It's actually a very good move from him. Also a bit of an annoying one, as it had him get a better exit, and he's already looking at the car in front of him. Doesn't try any moves on the next corner, so that helps us to catch up with him. And in the meantime, Schumacher just keeps putting up one fastest lap after the other. So he's definitely having a good race. The first part of the track. Here we try on the grass a bit as well, but that slows us down, so we can't make the move on Bouillon. We go wide on the outside. And actually this time we went for the dangerous overtake, and thanks to the curb that dropped us off the line a bit, Bouillon can take back the position easily. Or we're not letting this slip so easily, so we go for another aggressive move. He tries to come back with the switchback, and at this point we're very angry, so we start to lead him into the wall, so he backs off and gives up the position. Well, that wasn't the cleanest kind of driving, but at this point I just wanted to get back to a better position. And now we're on to P12 and trying to do the same move on Brundle, who pretty much disregards that we're trying to take the corner, so we're going to punish him for that. Pretty much the same as we did with Bouillon in the previous lap, except we push him out to the grass, which completely messes up this corner for him, so he goes wide on the other side. And now we're behind Menzel on P11. So yeah, here again, it's anger mode on. So plenty of way too aggressive moves for this time. As you probably haven't seen this before, a bit of dirty driving, trying to push other cars out of the track. As you can see, again we squeeze Menzel out a bit. Not as badly and nearly not as dangerous as trying to lead Bouillon or Brundle into the wall, as there was at least some space left on the side of the track there. So that takes us up to P10, and it's Alesi in front of us with quite a large gap. And in lap 13 we come out to do the second pit stop, and also the last one. So we're up for a tough last 1-2 laps due to the tire wear we will be facing. So 5-6 laps again what these tires were able to take. Quite a cool pit stop exit. And we're down to P17. Not good, not at all. And on lap 16 we're behind Lamy, who is actually out of the race. So he DNFs. I've heard him losing a front wing, but not sure what exactly happened, but you could see the piece just right there. Which means it's still a lazy in front of us as we overtake a couple of cars who were out on the pit stop. So that's pretty much the same as we had before our pit stop, a lazy in front of us. Well, I'm not sure what Brundle was doing, probably just payback time for what happened a couple of laps ago when we pushed him out of the track. But thankfully the car didn't have a lot of damage, so we could just continue racing. And it's on lap 20, so we're pretty much finished. And the tires are as well, so at this point it's been really difficult to keep the car on the track. And we make a big mistake and slide out, get hit by a footwork, hit the wall, and we just try to stop the car and just get back. And thankfully the car is still working, which is a good thing. Then we hit the wall again. Thankfully we didn't lose the rear wing. Schumacher laps us, and at this point the car is massively damaged. It's nearly impossible to control, as you can see. And then I struggle to find the right camera. So yeah, and thanks to Schumacher lapping us, this was our last lap. So yeah, we almost DNF'd in the race thanks to the massive slide we made. We just went too wide on the corner, and as I tried to get it back to the track, there was just absolutely no way to do it. I'm not sure what the AI is doing there, what you just see here. So there was absolutely no way to bring it back, so I just pulled the steering wheel a bit more, which completely upset the back of a car, and we were just drifting back sideways on the track, getting massively T-boned by the footwork that was behind us. So yeah, it could have been a lot better of a race. So we're on P15, same position as we started. So at least we didn't lose a position to our starting grid place. So that's not too bad, though. It's 0 points again. So we're not gonna get anywhere on the driver standings or on the constructor standing. And thankfully no one behind us got any valuable points either, so that's good for us as well. So here are the constructor standings, and thank you very much for watching. It's been a very interesting race, and I'll see you in Monza in Italy. Goodbye.